Welcome back to Important Library Stuff, a podcast where library staff share the inside scoop on all the stuff that happens at Prince William Public Libraries. And trust us, it's a lot of stuff. I'm your host, Emily Bickers, media specialist from the Office of Communications and Marketing, and I am joined each episode by fellow staff members and special guests who know a lot more on each topic than I do, which for this episode, our 25th episode, is our summer reading program. So without further ado, let's learn together from returning guest Kristen Burnham, the Office of Programming and Events Coordinator, and Ginger Galaney, Dale City Library's Branch Manager. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
This year's theme is Color Our World. What are your 3 favorite books that are related to art or artists or just have colorful characters?
Okay, so I had fun with this question. My 3 suggestions are featuring very colorful characters. The first is Angelica, Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. It's Frankenstein's sister makes her perfect man. And it's like this romantic-y gothic awesomeness, and Frankenstein's hilarious.
That sounds like it could tie into summer scares, too.
It really could.
Summer, yeah.
Ooh, good play there, yeah. And then Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett, which is just everywhere right now on social media. And then this one I haven't actually read, but it's Serial Killer Games by Kate Posey, and it's Jack the Ripper, and I'm blanking on the female lead character, but they are working in a modern-day office, and there are bodies hidden in the office somewhere. Ooh. It's on my TBR.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
So I went with maybe a slightly younger.
That's good. That's good. We love variety.
Okay. For books about art or color or artists, you really can't beat The Dot by Peter Reynolds.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, good one.
And I mentioned to you guys earlier, Blue Chicken. I love Blue Chicken. Deborah Friedman. For colorful characters, there's a graphic novel that was written 12 years ago or so. So it's a little older, but we do have it, called I Kill Giants. And the main character is just delightfully quirky. It's a beautiful graphic novel. I won't tell you too much because it'll give everything away, but it's this beautiful story about dealing with big things. If I give away any more than that, it'll give away too much. So that's what it is. I Kill Giants by Joe Kelly. And then I just started reading a book by a new author named Mia Arahu, I think you pronounce it. It's called Aphia and the Land of Wonders. She reimagined Alice in Wonderland, and she illustrated the novel. It's gorgeous. It's an illustrated novel. It's like middle grade. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Those are great recommendations. So how is the summer reading program set up this year?
We really liked how last year went, so we kept it at a minute goal. So each participant has a goal of reading 500 minutes, and you have the opportunity to earn a completion prize.
Love it. So 500 minutes may sound like a lot, but it's only 20 minutes a day for 25 days, so it adds up really quickly. Do you have any tips for squeezing in reading 20 minutes a day?
I think the first thing I like to tell folks when they seem a little nervous about that number, you can read from the page, and that's fantastic, but some people don't do that as well. It's hard to fit that in. Some people have challenges reading. So please don't think that we want you to sit in front of a paper book and nothing else counts. So if you want to listen to an audiobook, if you want to read an ebook, if you want to interact with your story in another way, that absolutely counts. And especially around here, a lot of folks listen to audiobooks when they're exercising, when they're driving to and from places. That's a great way to squeeze your time in, and it absolutely counts for summer reading.
Yeah, I had that note as well that personally I like to listen while I'm getting ready for work or for my commute or when I'm, driving around the county. But also I'll just be very deliberate in setting up some time to sit down and actually hold a book. I realize that not everyone can do that, but I do enjoy making it into an experience, preferably with hot tea.
Those are great tips. So who can participate?
Everyone. We have a program for each age category. So babies, toddlers, elementary, teens, and adults. So everyone can participate.
Fantastic. And how long will it last?
Lasts 9 weeks. So it starts June 16th and then it runs through August 17th.
Awesome. So you mentioned that there was a prize halfway and then a prize at the end. Can you share what the prizes are?
Well, I'll give you a hint for the midway prize. It will allow you to add color to your own world. Oh. And no paints are involved, so parents don't need to be worried about children turning into blue children. And then we're very proud to offer each person that finishes the program a brand new book of their own.
Awesome. Yeah, I was looking at the books that were purchased for the finisher prizes and looking. It's going to be hard to decide which one I want.
Oh my gosh.
I think there's a really good selection this year.
Yeah.
Fantastic selection.
Our selectors are amazing.
So how fun is it to hand out the prizes?
It's so much fun. I think the fact that there is that big selection of books, that gives you, like, anyone can just hand you a book and be like, here you go, hope you enjoy it. But this way you get to see people like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted that one, or oh, I've never heard of this one, it looks really neat. There's kind of an extra sparkle to it when you get to pick your own title.
So can you talk a little bit about the importance for kids and teens to keep reading over the summer break?
Sure. So you hear educators talk a lot about what they call the summer slide, and that's the loss of knowledge and skills that happens during the summer break because you're not practicing. You know, knowledge is a muscle, reading is a muscle. If you take 9 weeks off, you're losing muscle tone. So even just reading, and I don't want to say just, because reading for your own enjoyment keeps that muscle working. It keeps your mind active and engaged. It gives you something productive to do. Maybe you're just reading something for pleasure, and that's fantastic. Adults, do not be ashamed to read something just for your own enjoyment. But maybe also you're reading to learn something new. Maybe you want, I use the word sparkle a lot. Maybe you want a little extra sparkle. Maybe there's something in your life that you're like, I wonder what that's about. That's fantastic, and that keeps that muscle working even when you're not in school.
Yeah.
Piggybacking off of that, it's about cultivating a generation of curious, engaged children who can not only access resources that we have, but know how to use them. And reading 20 minutes a day, especially when PWPL is offering incentives, I think that really helps build that habit and develop that skill set. Whether you're going to return and use library resources every day or occasionally, at least you're aware that they're there and you know how to access them. And you can read and enjoy any content that you wish to. And we're here to help with that.
So I still see on social media a lot of adults are surprised that the program's open to them. Can you tell us how you expanded the program to include all ages, which includes adults?
Well, it's always been on our radar, and regular participants of summer reading can attest to how it's kind of grown over the years. To be able to offer prizes, really it's a result of sponsors, our amazing sponsors, as well as the advocacy of librarians like Ginger, who have gotten feedback from the public and shared it back with us and just kind of built that case of there's a need here, there's an interest, and then we're able to take that and see what we can do with it. And I'll admit, on my part, it's looking at a lot of spreadsheets and making the numbers work. It's hours of looking at spreadsheets.
Yeah, you see there are these charts of library engagement as you go through the different phases of life. And as an adult, the chart drops really dramatically and you're not engaging with the library. Maybe you're not even finding time to read. So I think it's great that we have the ability to include the adults because, first off, everyone deserves just a little bit of fun during the summer. I don't think you ever lose that
sparkle.
Right. That I didn't want to use it again.
I did.
I don't think anyone ever loses that, yay, it's summer vibe. So being able to feed into that a little bit is awesome. But incentivizing, engaging, coming back to the library is great because then, like Kristen said, a lot of people don't realize what all we have. So come in the door, come do summer reading, and we probably have something else that's really great for you here too.
Plus a community of enthusiastic adult readers supports the younger generation. Mm-hmm. They're going to see that being modeled to them, whether it's an audiobook or magazine, but whatever it is. And, we want to give them support and sparkle. I like that word now.
It's a great word.
It's a fantastic word.
How do you see reading connecting to the idea of making the world brighter or better?
to me, I think that the more you learn, the more engaged you are, the more active your imagination, whether it's in STEM, cooking, whatever it is, you're going to put more back out into the world, and you are going to make it a better place.
Depending on what kind of reader you are, the idea of coloring your world is going to be something different. So there are your people who like science fiction and fantasy, and the engagement and the imagination is one of the things we think of when we think of colorful. But you also have this group of people who maybe they're not big fans of fantasy. Maybe the imagination is not their realm. But learning how to make something new, learning how to do something new, learning, gaining a greater depth of experience about the world around them. This also is color, and something that the library can definitely help you with. Feeding that curiosity, connecting with your community, getting new ideas. We run a program quarterly that the idea for that came from a book I was reading for myself to learn something new. I ran across this idea of the Menopause Cafe. Now we run one quarterly. It's fantastic. So things like that, these bring color and life and sparkle to your own world and to the world around you.
Yeah, and our staff do an amazing job of correlating collection with programs, and our programs are very intentful with that. So, you're saying, adding color to your world through multiple avenues, like our maker spaces, literally color to your world. And like Spice Club, which, is a culinary adventure each month. So it's not necessarily tied to a printed material, but it is tied to a digital resource that we have.
So you already shared your 3 favorite books sort of related to the theme, but let's fill our TBR list with even more. Can you recommend a book that fits the Color Our World theme for each of the following age categories: baby/toddlers, kids, young adults, and adults?
We've got Blue Chicken, which is one of my favorite storytime books.
Double dipping.
It's hard to not recommend your favorite. Right?
I know. It's go-to.
It's a fun little book. It's got color concepts, and it's a little silly. It's perfect. And then for another storytime book that I really like, it's called Maybe Something Beautiful by Campoy. It's the story of a community mural.
I love The Adventures of Beagle, Dan Santat, because it literally shows how the imagination adds color to the world. He's an imaginary friend. He sails to, I think it's New York City. Everything's gray. There's no imaginary friend to be seen. And then he brings all the imaginary friends over, and it just adds color. And Dan Santat's illustrations are just so always beautifully tied in. Yeah. After the Fall is another one. How Humpty Dumpty recovered from the fall. And all I'll say is that the ending gets adults every time. They always get a little teary-eyed. It's amazing. Well, we covered babies and toddlers. So
then
I was going to say,
if you want to go to like grade school, middle school, you've got the How to Train Your Dragon movie is coming out. That is, of course, based on a series of books by Cowell.
Priscilla Cowell. And we have those for prize books because I remember unboxing them. Yeah.
So try it at the library, and if you like it, you
might be able to get a surprise book.
We have a bunch of the first book in the series.
Grabenstein's Mr. Limoncello's Library Adventures. That's a whole series. That's a lot of fun. Very silly.
Yes.
And then when my son was smaller, there was a series of books by, I forget the author's name, Stick Dog and Stick Cat. Stick Dog is always trying to make sure his friends have food, so they had this ridiculous, silly, over-the-top adventure that always, like, Stick Dog gets the pizza or Stick Dog gets the donuts.
It's Tom Watson.
Thank you. I was like, it'll come to me.
This is an older one, but I just recently worked with the author Tom Engelberger's Origami Yoda.
Yes.
He did a visit at a school, and he was just so brilliant at drawing these 6th graders out of their shells, and one of the kids was not very comfortable speaking in front of people, and by the end of it he was shouting out responses, and Tom just showed how you can take inspiration from the good and the bad and just make it into this really engaging, goofy story. And then his wife wrote El Defo.
Really?
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So those are my 2 pre-K / middle grade recommendations. And then teen, I always recommend Ellie Blake's Frostblood. If you're an Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, excellent trilogy. And it is a complete trilogy, so she doesn't leave you hanging.
For teens, one of my technicians threw the manga series Blue Period in front of me. So it's about
I've
this.
heard of that, yes.
It's quite good. It's this high schooler, and he's in the last 2 years of school, and he's got to start making his career choices, and he kind of poo-poos the art club kids until one day he has to run back to class because he forgot something, and he walks in on this magnificent painting one of his classmates did, and it changes his whole outlook on art, and he decides that he's going to pursue art. So it's this bringing color into the mundane theme. It was really, really cool.
I have a graphic novel series for adults. You'll be so proud of me. Lore Olympus.
I love that one.
And that one, I do give warning to people that it does have some serious
Very
topics.
serious themes.
It's handled delicately, but, some trigger warnings. So just make sure that you're looking into it before you dive in.
Do you have anything for adults, Ginger?
Yeah, I do. So S.A. Cosby writes these crime novels set in the American South. And you've got your kind of, overarching Southern, small town, law person or flawed hero kind of stories, if that's kind of your jam.
Is it historical?
It's no,
Okay.
no, it's pure fiction. It's pure crime novel. And then also, if you want something maybe a little fluffier, Mia Manansala writes a series called Tia Rosa's Kitchen that.
Yes.
They're cozy murder mysteries,
Yes.
and with this team from this cafe.
And there's just a Golden Gals murder mystery.
No,
published. Yeah, it's one of the prize books. Again, I unboxed it.
I love
looks so much fun.
I don't read as much as I would like to, but I do appreciate a book with a good title. So, some titles that I've seen recently are like Killers of a Certain Age or Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I'm like, ooh, I need to add that to my TBR based completely on the title.
You have me convinced. What are the 5 reasons someone of any age should sign up?
I got this.
Okay.
I got this.
All right.
Okay. Number 1, it's free. Number 2, it's a fun way to discover new authors and or learn new skills. I'm determined to learn gardening this summer. Number 3, it's 9 weeks, which is more than enough time to reach your reading goal. Number 4, you get a free book and other prizes as supplies last. And number 5, wait for it, it's free.
Hey. I was going to throw in there because you have a competitive spirit. I want to see if you can be the first one in your family to finish.
Oh, that's healthy. Yes.
Are there any events or programs related to summer reading I should be on the lookout for?
Well, you mentioned the Summer Scares. So that's a program series more than anything. But it's based on, focuses on the horror mystery genre. That's got some really cool little programs under it. Like one of them was stuffed animal taxidermy. Did you see that? Montclair, whoever thought that up, beautiful. I love it.
That's awesome. I was thinking Rodney's Raptors, Falconer. We have Kinderquarium coming, so it's like the colors of the ocean. And I wanted to know if they were bringing sharks. They're not bringing sharks. I'm mildly disappointed, but
They're a little harder to transport.
just a little bit.
I mentioned the Menopause Cafe in June. We do that offsite at Girani Coffee House in Manassas.
The Bull Run Maker Fair.
Bull Run Maker Fair.
There's a couple of kickoff parties as well.
There are.
We're also having a resource fair at Chin Park on June 28th. That's going to be pretty big. And we have Rondi's Raptors. We have Ponies Plus. We'll have ice cream.
We have
we have lots.
Therapy Petting Zoo.
Yes. Oh, a murder mystery. We have the murder mystery
That's right.
night. Yes. Yeah, I'm really excited about that one.
And then there's like a special emphasis at all the branches. We're leaning a little harder than usual into arts programs for the obvious reason to run with the theme.
The Master Gardeners. That's another one because they're going to combine sustainability with art and nature.
If you want to see all of the programs, they are available in our Explore, which was released on June 1st. And it's also online at pwcva.gov/library. And just click events, and you will see our online events calendar. And you can filter by branch and age and all that stuff, too. So we love setting goals and getting more people involved in summer reading. Do you have a goal for how many people you'd like to see finish the program this year?
Ginger, what's your goal before I share mine?
Oh, I mean, I'm a tiny branch, so I think I had 90 people finish last year in all the age groups.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So if I could get 100 or 110 to finish this year,
Okay.
that'd be cool for us. It's a tiny goal.
Yeah.
We can do better.
My goal is slightly bigger. It's 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to have 3,000 people finish the program.
I love
And
it.
I will say that the adults last year, they're amping up their game. We had like 100% more, double the participation. And I was like, yes, we got to buy more books this year. So we did.
I think knowing that there are, adult prize level books at the end is definitely good motivation.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so you mentioned earlier a little bit about our sponsors, but I want to take the opportunity to talk about them some more. Summer Reading is fully funded by corporate and community sponsorships and grants. A special thank you to the program's naming sponsor, Amazon, and our platinum sponsor, Bricks and Minifigs Woodbridge. Without the support of our sponsors, we could not continue to offer the quality level of programming that our patrons have come to love. For the complete list of Summer Reading sponsors, you can visit the Summer Reading webpage at pwcva.gov/summerreading. So how do sponsors contribute to the program?
Well, I can speak on like a system-wide level. It really is thanks to our sponsors that we can offer quality prizes that both encourage participants as well as celebrate what summer reading is all about, which is books and reading. So the fact that we're able to give out free books to everyone that finishes is really, really meaningful to all of our staff.
That is fantastic. So can you share any fun or memorable moments from past summer reading programs?
I think our programmers are really delightful to work with. So you have these folks who come in, and maybe this is just their summer gig because they teach for the rest of the year, or maybe this is what they do all year. And you see them come in and engage with the kids, and both sides, you can see that this is really fulfilling for them. So I'm thinking about folks like Dino Man, or Emily, Singing Books with Emily. Yeah, this is something they really enjoy. They project that out to the audience. The audience projects it back. And that makes things fun for us as staff people because we facilitated that. That makes our jobs a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So wrapping up, how do I sign up for summer reading once it starts?
So you can do it two ways. You can come into the branch and talk to us, and we'll get you signed up. Or you can go to our Beanstack app and search for the Prince William Public Libraries and sign yourself up there. If you were part of the program last year, if you did winter reading this year, you're already in Beanstack. All you have to do is go in and click the button that says, I want to be part of Summer Reading 25.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a bonus third way. You can sign up online on a desktop if you don't have a smartphone. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that's a great way if you wanted to, if you have like a group, like daycare, preschool group, you could do it through the desktop.
It's much faster that way.
Much faster, because we learned that you can't do it through the app.
There are actually two different ways to sign up if you want to think about that. There's the way for a family or an individual to sign up and say, these are my readers. And there's also a way if you are, for example, a preschool teacher and you want your whole class to sign up. It's a lot faster to sign up as a class. You just type in the kids' names, and then every time you say, we read a book, we read for 20 minutes, it applies to all of the kids under your name.
Yeah.
And that way they can all just knock it out together.
And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us, and we're happy to walk you through it.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. For more information on summer reading and to sign up starting June 16th, visit pwcva.gov/summerreading. I will close us out with a quote from the book referenced in the episode title, Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. It's been my experience that you can nearly always enjoy things if you make up your mind firmly that you will. Thanks for listening, and join us next month for the next episode of Important Library Stuff.